We're back with our boy on probation, Nick Aldis, on probation for going on Sam Roberts, as if that show was more important than ours. And not
wait do you hear what he told us off air before you came on, Conan? You're gonna go. I'm gonna spill the beans. I'm gonna start this off hot.
All right.
Nick, for legacy subs, okay?
Yeah.
There's a new code you can use to get legacy subs. You want to tell Conan what the code is?
We had our first sale the other day that came in using code GMG. Did you know that?
Conan, you went through the GMG.
Wait 1 second, dude.
They're hot on your heels. Only tens of thousands of dollars in sales left to go to catch up to K100, but they've had their first sale.
One small
code GMG. The war has begun.
It's like legacy subs is like these corporations that or these politicians that'll take donations from anybody.
Right.
Like the pharmaceutical company.
I'll bet on every horse in the race, brother.
It's all greed, right?
The war has begun between the K100 code and the code GMG.
That was also a Mike Durbin business transaction that went. I didn't do that either. That's Mike.
Mike Durbin received a commission. From LegacySups.com.
Wow.
I don't. Let me just be clear. I don't pay him for. I don't buy ads on that show. I buy ads on you guys. I don't buy ads on that show.
All right, so he might come on later on to do a review of some show NWA did. I don't know the name of it. That's and the other thing is, we're gonna do a Juicy Seal, right, Joe?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I heard it's the most popular. Someone said it was their favorite thing of K100.
Absolutely.
Not sure who that was. Probably Mike Durbin.
So we don't want to get into Nick. I know you don't want to talk about a lot of this stuff, but. Can you just give us?
But it's K100. Keeping it 100. I understand.
Well, let's say keep it 100. Yeah, but you don't want to you don't want to be like the guy that just stare at.
No mudslinging. Right.
Just give us a basic statement. What happened? And,
dude. I know I'm on probation, so I'll tread carefully. The reason I went to Sam is because I felt like it was just smarter to just do an in-person interview with no time restrictions, no clickbait, no gotcha questions, but just explain what happened in a nutshell. His vision for what he wants to do with it, doesn't line up with my vision anymore, and I felt like it was time to move on. And there's no way to sort of end a relationship like that without there being some hurt feelings and some acrimony, and it's unfortunate, but all I would say is that with him, it's kind of unavoidable. And, what's done is done. What's said is said. I certainly never intended to get into sort of any mudslinging or, negativity to sort of make things any worse. I'm just at a point where I'm ready to move on. There's no hidden agenda. There's no sort of conspiracy with anybody else or anything like that. I just want to explore free agency and have enough going on in my other businesses. Where if I can't feel 100% passionate and committed to what I'm doing, with something, I just can't commit my time to it anymore. I'm a father, I'm a business owner, I'm a pro wrestler. But I'm a pro wrestler, and I want to do good quality pro wrestling. And I'll do that wherever I get the opportunity to do it. And that's it, dude. Really.
I think that if you look at it in a nutshell, it's like you're definitely a very hot free agent.
It seems that way, and I appreciate that. I certainly don't have any unrealistic expectations. I'll say the same thing that I said to close out the interview with Sam. I feel like I've done enough to at least earn an opportunity. That's all you can really ask for in the business is an opportunity. And I feel like if I got one, I wouldn't let anybody down.
Well, let me give you just real quick. What you should do going forward is every time you do media like this, I would be wearing one of my Nasser suits. It's like you always want to kind of be in gimmick. It's like when you kind of dress down like this, I kind of feel disappointed that maybe you don't think that you have to dress up to come on this show.
Well, I mean, you're sitting there wearing a tank top. Why aren't you dressed up? I could probably get you I could get you a hookup at Nazir Suits.
I'd love one. I could use a Nazir suit because it's getting cold. I need a new suit because one of my suits has got a big hole in it, so it's done.
I think Ray hit him up. Mysterio. I think he hooked up Ray.
Those suits are great. They make you look like $1 million. Wade
Barrett, now SmackDown commentator Wade Barrett, he got the hookup for Nazir Suits too. So sweet. You're welcome. You're welcome, Barrett.
Good taste. But I would be remiss if I didn't say this. I have always thought you're a 5'2" player and you'll get picked up because the same way that Billy saw and made you champion, and you've told me Jeff has always gone to bat for you. Myself, I think we're all, I know I've had a lot of success. So has Jeff, and we know talent, bro, and you're talented. You'll get picked up. I have no doubt.
I appreciate that. We'll see.
Well, I think the best of feather in your cap is the fact that like you kind of came from obscurity to getting into a top spot in short time and impact. When you're Magnets, like this guy, like who is this? Like who is this guy? Next thing you know, like you're a champion. That's, if you look back on that, that's kind of like a thing where people look at the people. The thing about wrestling, I always tell people, like when I train people, right? It's like I say, I'm going to train you to teach you skills to get like hired. Because I know the people that run these shows and run these companies, and I know what they like. And you can just tell right off the bat, like you and Jeff have a really good relationship. I'm sure you and Nash probably had a good relationship, and I could just tell guys like that would look at you and say, "This guy's money."
Kev was always he was one of the guys who always went to bat for me. Steiner always kind of went to bat for me. I've been very. I'll say this, that in the last few months, even before it sort of became known that I was finishing up with the NWA and everything, like DDP, went out of his way to say a lot of very nice things about me and kind of saying like, I feel like he needs to be picked up. And Flair just said the same thing last week. And, so
there's an article, Nick, that I just saw on Ringside News that Teddy Long said on his show that he thinks you should come in and beat Roman. Like he thinks you're the guy that's coming to beat Roman. Yeah.
Did he really?
You get endorsements from a lot of high quality people.
Holla, holla, holla.
It's like you're running for president and like you're getting all the right people to endorse you. Like,
I love Ted too.
You are a politicker because you're getting all the good endorsements.
What a sweetheart Teddy Long is. And I mean, Teddy, that's very cool of him to say that because
that would get over, and that is different.
I don't have a lot. It's not like I don't have a sort of long established relationship with Teddy. I've met him from time to time at different shows and conventions and stuff. He was one of the bookers and the producers at a show I did in Texas, and it was cool to work with him and everything. But that was amazing. Thanks, Teddy.
Yo, what up? This is Conan, and I host Keeping It 100. My co-host Disco Inferno. Unfortunately,
well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!